God first grabbed my heart for refugees about 5 or 6 years ago. We were singing in church about to break my heart for what breaks yours. And on the news at the time, there were families being separated at the border, and it broke my heart. I wanted to know more about what was happening, and I got in contact with an organization that's based down by the border called Women of Welcome. I did a few of their Bible studies. I learned more. I wanted to know how I could help families and immigrants and refugees, asylum seekers. I wanted to know what I could do for something that broke my heart, because I knew it was breaking God's heart. Through that, I got in contact with Bethany Christian Services. Paul and I became licensed foster parents for transitional foster care. And right after we got licensed, we found out that because we live in a 55 and older community, our community didn't want us to do it. And so that was very disappointing to me. So 3 days later, the church called, and Michelle asked me if I would be interested in helping with a possible refugee family that was going to come to Davisville. And we were all in. And because we had all of our clearances done, we were able to jump right in and drive and care for this mom and son, and it was such a joy. And I think it was then that I had known about English as a second language, but I wasn't ever really involved. So I started going to Gro's conversation cafes, where you just go and you let these people who are trying to learn English practice their English on you. And so I started doing that, and then I started observing classes, and then I became a teaching assistant. And I just fell in love with people from all over the world. And in the meanwhile, Paul and I have been able to be a support to families that do transitional foster care. We become like the grandparents. We babysit and we drive and we do respite care, and it's just been a joy to interact and welcome and love on people from other cultures. I've been able to help by just being willing and available. As God has brought needs, we've tried to meet them. Simple things that really are really insignificant in the scheme of a lot of big things, but driving, helping with transportation, practicing English have been huge opportunities for us to be able to share Jesus. Recently, we've been able to share the story of Christmas to our class at GRO at English as a Second Language, and just be able to share Jesus and his love for us, that he would come and that we would be able to have new life in him, and to be able to share that with immigrants in Pennsylvania here and with children in Bangladesh recently. It's just been a real joy to share Jesus and to love other people. What I've learned about myself by helping others is that it's important for me just to be willing and available. And as I pray and open up my time for others, God just fills it with opportunities that are small to the world, but are huge to these people with great need. I think the way I would encourage others to be a difference maker is to pray, to be open, to be willing and available to just meet simple needs, to love the people that God brings into your circle, to love God and to love people.